Hello every single one of you and welcome in today's video. In today's video I'm going to talk about the wealth transfer, my personal strategy, also my spiritual strategy. We are going to have a look at some interesting thing that is happening as World Liberty of Finance is buying a new token, which I'm going to share in today's video as well. So we will talk in the first half a little bit about spiritual things. Later on we are going to dive more into crypto, which will carry a very important message, guys. And I'm going to repeat myself over and over again, but I believe this is going to be very important. I want to start off, guys, with one person on the Discord actually shared something with me, and I wanted to share it with you. Just talk a little bit about it. So, hey Jeroen, I've been following you for a couple of years now. We have been expecting the inevitable wealth transfer by God's grace. Please, I would like to know, how are you preparing? What's your portfolio like in percentages as you prepare for the shift? Did you set some low buy orders? This is a lot of things. When I read this, a lot of things happening with me, and I think a lot of watchers right now will have the same question. Hey Jeroen, how are you going to prepare for the wealth transfer? And it's not how you think. It's probably not how you would assume one will prepare for the wealth transfer, because I don't think preparation that much in terms of like how big should my portfolio be. In percentage like that, it's not the right way to think during this wealth transfer. The most important thing during this wealth transfer is that you build a connection with your true authentic self, and that you live from a state of love and a state of gratitude, because in that state, and that is one of the biggest assets that you can attain, the asset of love. This is the biggest asset that you can attain in this world, because once you are in that state, you automatically will make the best decisions for your life. So we've seen this with, for example, with the other example where this person has a daughter who is deceased, and this person genuinely wants to do research on what's the disease of this daughter. He makes a coin, and I'm saying that I'm against meme tokens, but this is a different story if you ask me. He gets overnight multiple million US dollars. And this is what I'm trying to say. This is how it works. So you can be, for example, very good trader. You can accumulate a lot of wealth, right? You can accumulate a lot of Bitcoin. But the moment you don't have that connection with your true authentic self, the connection with Christ or the connection with God, just how you are naming it, the wealth doesn't mean anything, because it can go in a snap. And then the most important question we have to ask ourselves is, once your wealth goes with a snap of a finger, what is left? What is left? Is it a scary person who is afraid because he attached all of his own self-importance and self-worth to that wealth? Now the wealth is gone and the person is also gone? Or is this a true, authentic human being? The wealth is gone. He's exactly the same. He's exactly able to be in that state of gratitude, be in that state of love, even though his situation completely changed. Because that person, I can guarantee you, that person will super quick be back on his feet again, and everything will be fine, and it will be a nice lesson in his life that he's learned. It will be an asset that he attained due to this difficult circumstance by, for example, losing wealth. So how can you prepare for this shift? Well, I think your personal development should be the first priority, because this is something that I've recognized in my life as well. The moment you shift into a growth mindset, you always want to grow no matter what the situation is, how bad the situation is. Situations happening for you, not to you. That is a very important quote that I've heard many times. The moment you grow, if you every day try to be a better person than the day before, you automatically attract abundance in your life. And this is my next point, guys. Every single one that is watching this channel has some true authentic gifts, beautiful gifts that were gifted to you on this planet. When you were born, you have many gifts inside of you. You may not be aware of it, you may not acknowledge them, you may know them, but you have many gifts. And the point is, the world that we are living on right now, that we take place, that we are inhabiting right now for a period of time, this world and everyone around you deserves your gifts, similar as you deserve all the gifts that other people have been given. And that gifts can vary. So one can be a very beautiful painter and develop that gift as a painter, right? Truly explore that gift and give paintings to the world and for other people to enjoy these paintings. This is already a transactional way of that gift. Everyone has different gifts, and that's also what I'm trying to say in my video yesterday. I've been living in a hotel for the past week. I've been spending time in a hotel, and at some days the room was cleaned. And what I saw one of the last days, the room was cleaned in a way that you feel like, wow, this is done with love. Like, the person who cleaned my room, I don't even know who that person is, of course, but was completely different than the cleaners earlier in the week. The last one folded my clothes. She or he didn't have to do that, but the clothes were folded. It was beautifully done. And then I feel, wow, this is a person, and this is me assuming that, I'm me assuming this about that person, but this is a person that feels probably good with himself, loves his or her job, does it with pleasure, and I feel that energy, and I feel like, okay, I'm going to leave something for that person as well. I'm going to look for a way to communicate and give my gratitude to this person. But I also remember for myself, for example, I used to work in a bakery when I was 15 years ago maybe, and I used to make sandwiches for other people. And I know that I would do this with a lot of pleasure. And I would always think wow, okay, these people, they are working at other shops, or they have different jobs. They come here for their lunch break. I'm going to make them some beautiful sandwiches. I'm going to put a little bit more than what's required on the sandwich. I'm going to put a little extra egg. I'm not going to charge for that because I like to serve these people. And I remember that when I was in this flow, everything was, I was feeling so happy because I was giving my gift that I can make beautiful sandwiches and serve them to those people. I was giving my gift on that moment, in that age, in that state that I was giving my gifts to these people for my work, and these people would give me their gifts of gratitude back, their gifts of their beautiful smile, and a lot of good things happened to me. I was feeling super good. I had lots of energy. This is a beautiful transaction because this is also what the world deserves. The world deserves the best and biggest potential that you have, the gifts that you have been given. And you need to explore what those gifts are. Maybe you hear it sometimes from people in your environment. Hey, you are good in this. Or wow, this is so amazing from you. Those are your gifts. Give it to the people because other people deserve those gifts. And you will also feel better by giving those gifts to other people. It is also for your benefit. So how can you... And this is how can you prepare for that wealth transfer? Well, I think the most important thing, because we have to put things in perspective, right? So we have Agenda 2030 coming up. We have AI coming. We have the story of Mark of the Beast. We already know our privacy is gone. We will become like slaves to computers. This is the trajectory that we are looking at. This is the path that we are looking at, and we all see it. We all see it because since 2019, since 2020, we all start to see these things because they are being exposed, and that is also part of this time. But right now is very important for us because the world that we see, the 3D reality that we see, is just a mirror of the spiritual world. It's just the manifestation of the spiritual world. We have to realize who we truly are, and from that state we can influence the field in the spiritual realms. We can energetically change the structure, and that we do with love, kindness, and gratitude. These fields will be placed in that spiritual world, so to say, which could be at the same location, which is probably at the same location that we are right now. We can just not perceive it with our five senses, but you can perceive it with your heart. Then eventually the 3D realm that we can perceive, which probably has way more dimensions than only dimensional space, it will adjust. It will adjust to our states, our decisions that we make. That's why I said also yesterday, how you feel is basically a reaction. It's a feedback loop of what you do. And you can see this already. So if you make a coffee for someone else, and I'm not saying that I'm the best example in this, this is just something that I recognize, right? When I make that sandwich, and I make that sandwich beautiful, and I do my best, I put my love in the sandwich, and I serve it to this person, and this person feels that too. Already that creates a energy in that space that is already uplifting. That's uplifting the business. That's uplifting the people surrounding. People want to come to that business. So automatically everything will go better if you already have these transactional energies. I don't know if it's really transactional, because it's giving. Like giving is on the same coin as receiving, right? So that's why you have to be able to give. If you can give your gifts to the planet, you can give the planet your best version of yourself, you will get the very, very best, because you deserve that as well. And this is the same with giving. You deserve, and this is another way of looking at it, you deserve to give your beautiful gifts to the world. You deserve that as well, because it is beautiful to give. I would really, everyone would be like, everyone would feel better, and everyone deserves that feeling of giving their beautiful gifts to the planet. Like sometimes it's actually, when somebody receives, he actually does a favor to the giver, because the receiver gives the giver the opportunity to give. That's another way of looking at it. But in our Western society, it's always like, yeah, you know, he just takes. Yeah, okay, if someone only takes, that is not healthy. That's definitely not healthy. That there has to be like a balance. And if someone only takes, you will see in that person something inside of him deteriorates, his spiritual body or whatnot, because that person who only takes will never be happy, and he will not know why that's the case. He will not know why that's the case. But he will learn maybe later in his journey that when he starts giving genuinely, he starts to feel suddenly the feedback. Look, the feeling is the feedback. He will start to feel better. And maybe he can link it then, oh wait, when I'm giving, or when I'm doing something with purpose, when I'm doing something with genuine kindness, genuine love, genuine gratitude, I start to feel feedback better. So how you feel is just also a reflection on choices that you make. So it's not bad. If you feel bad, it's nothing wrong. It's not bad. But it is time to go to the attic, to meditate, to be in silence, maybe to pray and to look at your life. Should we make some different decisions? And what am I avoiding right now? What is something that I truly need to face right now? Those are going to be important questions. So I do have most of my portfolio. It's in crypto. I have a small part of my portfolio that is in stable coins. Of course, because I have some costs, so I have to have a little bit in stable coins, but the rest of it is all in crypto. I'm basically all in crypto, and I was that already. I'm already that since years. So I've seen my portfolio going to big amounts, to small amounts, back to big amounts, back to smaller amounts. Yeah, what's big, what is small? That's of course also very personal, but yeah, it's also a little bit having faith, but it's. The important thing with that is as well, that's what I'm learning recently, because the last years I've been really in the mindset, I want to like self-made millionaire, I want to make as much money as possible, I want to hoard, I want to accumulate. I truly recognize that is not going to make anyone happy, including not yourself. It's a miserable life. You have to learn how to let that money flow. Money is like water. If water stands still for too long, it starts to smell. It's becoming stinky, right? So it needs to flow. It needs to go and it needs to come back. It needs to go and it needs to come back. That's important. So you have to. That's why we have to detach from these things. We have to detach from money. But someone who is extremely wealthy can be completely detached from money. I would even say a lot of wealthy people on this planet, they are not attached to money, because an attachment is already a toxic relationship, if I may say so. But yeah, we want to detach, but we don't want to detach in such a way like money is evil. No, money is not evil at all. Money is beautiful depending on what you do with it. It's a tool like water. We need it right now. Money can be energy, and so to say in an analogy, it is energy, and energy can be used for good, for bad, for anything. So yeah, I'm basically all in. I don't have any buy orders. I just go on feeling right now, and of course on my skills as a trader. When I'm looking at charts, which we will do in a sec. Yeah, I'll just buy, and like I've been going all into XRP. I could lose everything, right? I wasn't even that big of a fan of XRP. I just felt like I just need to do this now. I just went all in, put my complete portfolio in there, did like a 3-4x. Took a lot of stuff out, put a lot of it in Litecoin, because suddenly I feel Litecoin is the way to go right now. Can't really explain it. A lot of things are falling together. It's the charts, it's the narrative, it's my intuition, it's the feeling, it's my heart maybe, it's the things that I'm getting warm from. And right now it's the same with the coming story, which is about crypto. I believe, guys, we are, and this is... I believe that we have seen a lot of uncertainty with crypto. We have seen people being really unsure, people capitulating, and you can probably recognize these emotions with yourself. The funny thing is, guys, you have to realize this. When most people have these feelings, when most people, you can, let's say maybe I can make an analogy. You have like a stick, and a lot of people are hanging on that stick. Right? But the people that are not so sure of it, that are like hanging half, the stick is being shaken. And the people who hang half, who are not that convinced, they fall down. But the ones that are really tight hanging, like I ain't gonna let this thing go, these are the ones creating the bottom. And that is the people that we call the strong hands, diamond hands or strong hands. They are not selling. So I believe that all the people hanging half have fallen down. They have been capitulating, which basically means that the direction right now is to go up. We have seen so much blood in the markets. The next months, I believe things will go up. And I've been positioned from that. I'm trying to encourage every single one of you. Although I'm not sure. I'm not giving any guarantees. I'm just giving based on my state right now, what I'm seeing. And I'm really believing that I can detach from the emotional state of the markets, to look at it from a distance, from a objective way, and see, hey, I see so many people feeling this, I experience this myself, but I'm going to do the opposite of what I feel, because I know when the majority feels like this, they falling off that stick and they are sidelined. This is the moment you want to enter. You want to get in. You want to position yourself. So that's the way how I think right now. And back in the days, I would just be like, hey, but everyone is bearish and the price should come down. No, it's not how it works. It's not how when everyone is bearish, everyone is sidelined. So there's a lot of money to be deployed back into the markets. Right? When everyone is bullish, all the money is already deployed in the markets. So there is not much, it is hard to keep up that pace of growth. They need more liquidity, more liquidity, more liquidity. Where that's going to come from, that's going to stop at some point, which makes the markets turn around. And then we get the shake of the stick again, where the weak hands are falling down. I really hope this makes a lot of sense, guys. Okay, let's have a look at some charts. One interesting news point, guys, that we are seeing is that World Liberty of Finance has been accumulating Psi token. I like this token, actually. The reason I like this token is because of the chart I will show you, but also what we can see, and they actually bought for 125,000, so that's not that much, but they are accumulating altcoins, guys. Psi token is co-founded San Francisco-based Psi Labs in 2021. So again, we can see America first. Donald Trump is investing in American countries. Let's have a look at how Psi token reacts. Psi token looks pretty good, guys. It looks kind of amazing, and I'm going to tell you exactly why. Because we have broken this structure as well. We are right now at levels we have seen. Like, look at this. We completely retraced this whole move while Bitcoin just continued to climb. We just need a little bit liquidity of Bitcoin flowing to this assets for this to just completely come up again to these levels. How big of an increase would that be? That would be a 180% increase. Well, that's pretty decent. So I believe this token is actually looking pretty good. It's looking pretty similar as other altcoins as well. It is US based. US based is also going to be positive. And I believe generally that right now we are going to see many altcoins going to play out, because this is the moment, guys, where we have seen the weak hands falling off the stick right here. All the weak hands are gone here. All the market makers and exchanges, they have been buying extreme amounts of all altcoins right here. They need now the price not to come up a little bit, because if the price comes up a little bit, they will sell, it will directly come down. They need big liquidity. They need exit liquidity. They need these type of moves. They need the media to cover it. They need the Joe Schmoes, the plumbers, the barbers, everyone to come in again to basically take their money. And that's a bit how the game works. Right now, it's not the most moral game, but we got to take advantage of this situation, because we are going to try to make it better. But yeah, I know this also sounds a little bit hypocritical, but yeah, this is basically how it works. This is just how it works, because when this goes up, like right here, the big people, the exchanges and market makers, they are distributing, and this is the moment where most retail investors are coming in, and you cannot blame too much on either side, because like it is also the retail man who reads the news, gets suddenly in this emotional state and dives into the markets, which is of course not a smart way to deal with this in general. It can be a big lesson for this person as well, to learn to not get caught up in the emotional state. But yeah, sadly, most people are working like this. They are being led by their emotions, while emotions are often also, again, like feelings, not a leading indicator, but more a reaction, a type of feedback with what the person is doing, right? And if you are watching the news and all these things, and you think that that's the truth and that's the reality, then your feelings, the feedback that you will get, will probably also be disturbed, because the news is not reality. It's not the reality. They try to manipulate you in trying to get these feelings that basically have nothing to do with the reality that you are in. So when we have a look at this Adam and Eve pattern from the crypto, this is the total crypto market, by the way. Like I said, and this is something that I've been clearly saying, guys, I said we can get a retest of that lows. but when we will get that retest, it is a buying opportunity. Why? Because in previous times also, we often have a capitulation event, kind of a retest, sometimes not even coming close, but sometimes coming close to the lows, bam, takeoff. And right now with the timing in that 60-day cycle low period, I believe this is very bullish. The next months, guys, I think the next months will be very good. We have to still see if sell in May, go away is going to be applied on this. But yeah, we can see already with Bitcoin, maybe, and this is not that sure yet, but we do already have that break above the 10-day moving average. It looks like it's possible that we got the 60-day cycle low earlier, but it's not, for me, it's not confirmed yet. But it doesn't need to be confirmed because it doesn't matter anyway. I'm positioned all in anyway. I'm just riding the wave now. I've been taking my surfboard. I've been going out in the ocean. I've been waiting for quite a while there, but also chilling, not worrying too much. And now I'm slowly seeing the waves coming in the far distance. And yeah, I'll get ready and I will ride these waves. And I will ride these waves together with you guys. Bitcoin dominance also going to be, timing is also very, timing looks like this is going to go down sooner or later. It has been going up for such a long time. Maybe we get another spike in the Bitcoin dominance while Bitcoin is still going to make a rally. And then we are going to roll over, but sooner or later, within the next weeks and months, I believe this is going to roll over. Some other tokens that I really like, one of them is DYDX, is also US based. This chart I like so much because it is a decentralized exchange that has already a lot of liquidity. It's been bleeding massively. It's completely undervalued, and yeah, it's also US based. I'm not exactly know where in the US they are based. What are some other ones that are, yeah, a lot of other ones are still holding out good. File token, we have been looking at this, still holding good, like still in the structure. I'm expecting this just to go up. We have to remember, guys, like, of course, this goes up and down. So to doubt all the time right here in this section, to doubt all the time like, oh no, now it's not going anymore and it goes up. Oh yeah, no, now we're going back up anymore. It's not good to be in these emotional states. Just say like, okay, we are right now around support. Everyone is negative. This is very good. This is very good. Jupiter had a big smash down actually. It's also a decentralized exchange, but guys, I'm going to be honest. This is looking good. Look, it's at a buying opportunity. When I see this chart, of course, there's negative news about this token because it has been launching a meme token from the Argentinian president, and that's why they were bad in the news. That's why a lot of people probably sold. But it's in a buy area. People are negative. What else do you want? Like, what better situation do you want? Like, if this will happen, we break this low, of course. Then I'll change my subject, change my opinion. But now, coming down, negative news in a support zone. I can already tell you, I haven't even seen it. I'm pretty sure we're going to form a bullish divergence right here. And we are. Look at this. The relative strength index making higher lows, as you can see right here. This is just like what you get after being long in the markets. You just get these hunches for these things. Like, we have these high lows on the relative strength index, lower lows in the price, also indicating the end of a trend. So we even have momentum indicators confirming this. Looking good. All looking good. Arbitrum, I think, is nice at the support. Litecoin, right now, get a little bit of small pullback from the resistance. I believe we are going to break this resistance in March. So right now, we haven't seen that break yet. I'm still going to be patiently waiting. There's a lot of hype going on with Litecoin. So maybe that hype needs to die off a little bit before we then can go higher. But yeah, this is what I think is going to happen. So the big question right now is whether the 60-day cycle low is in or not. But in the end, for me, it doesn't matter because I'm staying positioned until I'm really getting a different image of the markets. Right now, it's just a matter of embracing these uncertain times. Embrace the uncertainty. And if it's really difficult to embrace, you take some profits to make it easier. That's just all very personal. Guys, that was it for today's video and today's rant. I hope you enjoyed it. If so, smash up the like button. Very much appreciated. Comment down below, guys. And this actually I wanted to ask earlier in the video. Comment down below, what is your gift? What is the gift that you got? What are the talents that you have been given? If everyone would share that down below in the comment section, I would love to read it, and I think other people would love to read it too. It's very positive. Okay guys, wish you all a beautiful day, and I hope to see every single one of you in the next video. Bye bye.